Thank you for joining me here this afternoon. The time is currently 4:18 p.m. Central, and you have a live look at several severe thunderstorms currently sweeping through southern Wisconsin. If we go ahead and take a look at the cyclone port out here in Brooklyn, we can see some ominous overhanging clouds here. We've got some rain falling as well as some gusty wind action. As you can see, those tree limbs shaking around just a little bit there. But most of our severe weather is actually going to be in kind of not really the opposite, but it's going to kind of be around our cyclone port here. You see the cyclone port's getting a little bit of a storm to roll through, but our big severe ones are mainly kind of outside of that, right? We're talking about one near Platteville that is currently severe thunderstorm warned, and then one near Milwaukee that's severe thunderstorm warned, but parts of south central Wisconsin are kind of just barely being spared right here from the severe weather activity. So anyway, we got a severe thunderstorm warning in southeastern Wisconsin, right? This is right on top of the radar site here in Milwaukee, Sullivan. And as you can see, this is warned for 60-mile-per-hour damaging wind gusts and large hail up to nickel size. Right now, that cyclone port is getting battered, so we gotta hope that we do not lose coverage there from that. Hopefully it doesn't get hit by like a strong gust of wind and get knocked out or something. Our other severe thunderstorm is centered around southwestern Wisconsin near Mineral Point. It's heading up towards Dodgeville and Waldwick over the next several minutes. It has the tornado possible tag on it, alright? 60-mile-per-hour damaging winds as well are going to be possible with that storm there. So again, this is kind of the main storm that we're watching right now. It's approaching Mineral Point along Highway 151 in southwestern Wisconsin. And again, it's also going to be heading for Dodgeville too over the next several minutes. That's not the only area we're watching though. If you watched last stream, you'll know that we did get a severe thunderstorm watch for portions of Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, and Texas because of a bow echo line of storms that was moving through, and it's still going. And right after we ended the stream, we actually did end up with those storms rolling through Fort Smith. They did down power lines here, and we also had some flash flooding in that area. Currently, Fort Smith has an observed flash flood warning in effect. So stay alive, don't drive, turn around, don't drown. Train spotters have reported flash flooding in downtown Fort Smith. We were live for the time that it hit Gans, and actually, that part of the storm actually did end up downing trees in the Gans area in eastern Oklahoma there, and again, we were live for that. Right now, we can see it incredibly well on the Perry County, Arkansas cam, so we're going to go ahead and get our wall of webcam set up, all right? We're going to put that in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen there. That's from Perry County, Arkansas. And then we're also going to go ahead and bring up this one from Brooklyn, Wisconsin, okay? So we're going to go ahead and throw those in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen so that we can kind of see both of our areas of storms as they progress here. But again, right now our main focus is going to be on parts of southern Wisconsin, all right? All right, areas like, again, Mineral Points, Dodgeville, and then our other storm is currently impacting areas like Dousman and North Prairie. So if you're included in either of these severe thunderstorm warnings, make sure that you are moving indoors immediately. We do have storm chasers Vince Welty and Brandon Kopic up here chasing these storms in southern Wisconsin. We also do have storm chaser Corey Gherkin down here in southern Illinois, because there are actually a few storms out here in the St. Louis area, but it looks like he's trying to ride up Interstate 70 here, and he's probably going to take 57 northward to head up towards the Chicago area to get to some of these storms. Either that, or he may actually just end up heading south on 64. I'm not really too sure, but we'll see what he does there over the next several hours. We'll see where he's going to chase. But again, right now, our storm chasers on our Wisconsin storms include Vince Welty and Brandon Kopic up here. Brandon Kopic is close to the Sun Prairie area, the Burke area, and then Vince Welty is closer to Fayette. So that's what we got going on right now. I'm going to go and bring up the stream chat, so if anybody has any questions about the location, feel free to leave those down below. Look at our Perry County cam, by the way. That's crazy. That's actually insane. You can see the storm rolling in as it happens there. We've got 23 people watching that cyclone port on Radar Omega here. But yeah, that's what we're doing here today. We are live for severe weather coverage down in southern Wisconsin here. And we actually did just get a new severe thunderstorm warning for northwestern Illinois, right? This is for areas like Galena, Guilford, Scales Mound, Council Hill, Apple River, all the way out towards Warren. So this is for the threat of 60-mile-per-hour damaging winds. If you're in this area, move indoors immediately as this storm just barely clips the Illinois side of the state line here. Hello, Andy. So yeah, again, we are talking about severe storms currently impacting northern Illinois and then southern Wisconsin here. Look at that. It's going to start raining here any second on our Perry County cam. Look at that. Oh my gosh, it's moving so fast. Look at that. Oh, you can see how fast those clouds are moving, dude. It's about to dump rain over there. It's about to get really heavy. Again, that's currently a strong thunderstorm that we're watching there in the Perry County cam down in central Arkansas. It's a live look at Perryville. This storm in Perryville is currently producing winds up to 40 miles per hour, possibly. And here we go. I mean, you can see it is coming in. All right, there we go. It's already started soaking down. Whoa, look, look, look. All of a sudden, it just started being a downpour out there. Look at all that rain. That's crazy. And again, this is where we're looking from right now. This is what we're looking at on this camera here for perspective. Wow, look at all that rain. I'd also like to note things are getting pretty gusty on our Brooklyn, Wisconsin cam. Look at the trees shaking over here. Wow. I mean, it just started torrential rain falling there. Look at that, dude. That's crazy. We have 30 people watching right now, the Perry County cam. Again, this is a live look at Perryville, Arkansas. Trees are shaking around, the camera's shaking. It is very heavy rainfall. Maybe even a little bit of hail in there. Anyway. Actually, we did get a new radar scan as soon as I clicked off. So yeah, as you can see, we are looking at the worst of it right now. This is the worst of it in Perryville, Arkansas. Look at all that rain, dude. Look at the trees are shaking around a little bit. It's a little bit gusty out there. The camera's shaking. Again, maybe a little bit of small hail with how heavy this rainfall is here. If we take a look at the vertically integrated liquid signatures, we do have a little bit of a signature here all across the line, but I mean, at the best, that's small hail, potentially up to, I'd say, pea size. It's nothing crazy. Maybe some isolated hail up to half-inch size. Look, it's shaking around. The camera's shaking, dude. Oh, wow. Oh, those winds are strong. Again, guys, this is why we have the special weather statement, is because we have 40-mile-per-hour winds battering Perryville. Jeez Louise, dude. Alright, so anyway, back up here to our mode of storms in the Midwest. Again, right now we're mainly watching southern Wisconsin and northern Illinois. Again, areas like Galena, however you pronounce that, are getting impacted right now by this storm. Same thing with areas like Hazel Green. Got some bigger towns out here that are getting hit by some of these storms right now. We do have ongoing flash flooding in east central Iowa and southwestern Wisconsin here. We also did end up getting some wind and wind damage reports. It looks like 4-inch diameter branches down and shingles blown off of a roof out of Asbury, Iowa from this severe storm that we still have ongoing here in southwestern Wisconsin. So that's kind of the stuff that we could expect to see from this here. We're talking about, you know, down tree damage, home damage. Again, we have a live look at our storm in Brooklyn right now on the cyclone port. It actually just rolled through there. It was very brief. I didn't even see it. Heavy rainfall. Raining hard anyway. Oh, look at that. You can kind of see it, though, I think, on the far left-hand side of the screen. That right in there, that looks like a rain shaft. You guys see that? That might be a rain shaft there. That area where it's, like, really dark. Again, Perry County is just getting slammed right now. It's still very windy and rainy. If anything, it's getting crazier. Yeah, we do have a couple of storms firing off here to the north of St. Louis near Greenfield. And given the semi-discrete environment that they're in, they could try and take advantage of that and potentially form some kind of strong thunderstorm threat. Again, right now, they're all kind of centered around Greenfield in southwestern Illinois. And that's just off to the north of St. Louis there. We have a new special weather statement for a storm in Arkansas. As of 2 minutes ago, this is now potentially producing winds up to 50 miles per hour here as it continues to roll through Hot Springs Village, areas to the south of Little Rock, areas like Carthage, Sheridan, Salem, Bryant, Benton. This is also going to hit Little Rock. We'll get an update on what they think is going to happen in downtown Little Rock, but it's looking like it's going to be a little less intense than what happens just to the south of you guys. Probably a little less rain and a little bit less wind as well in downtown Little Rock. Maybe a little less hail. We'll see what happens, though. Yeah, I mean, we do have some storms in the Ohio Valley that are actually relatively strong. This is a live look at Union City, Tennessee. Holy crap. Look at that. So much rain, dude. There we go. There's our wall of webcams. Wow. Look at that. Holy cow, dude. 40-mile-per-hour winds are being recorded on that. This storm is warned for 40-mile-per-hour winds and pea-sized hail, and it says radar indicated, but we have confirmation of that. Union City is getting hit by winds up to 40 miles per hour at the minute. Wow, dude. Martin's going to be in the track of this storm next. Whoa, that Perry County cam had a really good lightning strike on it. That was insane, dude. Holy cow. Okay. We are still getting consistent 30-mile-per-hour gusts off of our Union City cam. Again, 30 to 40-mile-per-hour winds currently battering that area. So we'll keep that cam up there. Not seeing any noticeable damage yet. So that's good. We're probably not going to see any. 40-mile-per-hour winds aren't enough to cause much damage. Maybe down some tree limbs, but that would be about it. And that's, you know, being generous. Maybe they could blow around some loose outside objects, but like potted plants or something. But it's going to be still not quite strong enough. The winds aren't. Oh, look at that cam, though, in Union City, dude. That is insane. By the way, as of an hour and 14 minutes ago, several large branches were reported down, including on a few power lines in southeastern Wisconsin. Train spotter also reported brief gusts over 50 miles per hour in this area. It says southeastern Wisconsin, but it's really just south central Wisconsin. They're in Rock County, just to the southeast of Janesville. On Racine Street. Unfortunately, we don't have a great look at some of our storms in like southwestern Wisconsin and northwestern Illinois, as well as in east central Iowa, because we don't have very many radar sites out here. The closest one we really have, the closest ones we have are Davenport and Milwaukee Sullivan. Well, the National Weather Service here is called Milwaukee Sullivan anyway. Because, believe it or not, it's outside of Milwaukee and it's near Sullivan. Who could have guessed? Alright. Yeah, I mean, again, we're really just dealing with some severe storms right now. We do have one with the tornado possible tag, though, and that's the one in southwestern Wisconsin near Mineral Point. But at this point, no pun intended, there's not too much rotation associated with this storm. There's a little bit up here near Dodgeville, but it's not enough to produce a tornado quite yet. So that's why they don't have a tornado warning with this. They just have a severe thunderstorm warning with the tornado possible tag on it. By the way, we talked for like a few seconds last stream about some of the storms in Wisconsin. Jeez Louise, those cicadas are loud. We talked about some of the storms in eastern Washington. Those ended up downing some trees. There were power outages. There's been quite a bit of damage out there reported by the Department of Highways, the utility companies. Weird sources there. Probably because we don't get damage reports out of Wisconsin. Or why do I keep saying Wisconsin? Washington very much. And just like that, the show is over in Perryville. That's how quick it went. And Union City was kind of right in the middle of that storm, though, whenever we pulled up that camera, so it's going to be a minute. Quarter-sized hail was reported with the storm. That went through there about an hour ago. Look at that. Look at that pocket of higher winds. We may get a severe thunderstorm warning with this. The winds went right over our cyclone port. What did it measure? Oh, come on. 31.5. Okay, and we saw that, so. Yeah, we could be talking about, again, up to 40-mile-per-hour winds here, maybe even closer to 45 to 50 now, with this pocket off to the west of Chambers near Highway 690 in northwest Tennessee. We're getting very specific with the details there. Trying to get as zoomed in as possible on exactly where some of this stuff is at. Again, our main focus right now is southern Wisconsin and northern Illinois, but we do have to kind of watch some of our other storms that are going on down in the deep south, as well as the Arklatex area. Apparently there's a water spout in the Florida Keys today. Yep, you can definitely see the storm that produced it. So, this is where we had our water spout. Or at least the general area off of Cudjoe Key. It's annoying how it always says, well, I guess it's the other way around. I was going to say, it always says land spout report with water spouts, but it's the other way around. It says water spout report whenever there's a land spout, because they don't have a land spout report option. Alrighty, Roo. This is a live look at storm chaser Brandon Kopic driving through this torrential downpour here in south central Wisconsin, outside of Madison. Look at that. This is Vince Welty. Yeah, I mean, the cicadas are just screaming outside my house right now, guys. I bet if I went out there and stood in them, it would be like 100 decibels. That's not even an exaggeration. They are so loud. We do have moderate street flooding in parts of Janesville, by the way. At the intersection of Bond, PL, what does that stand for? Place, I guess, and then Waveland Road. I've always thought it's weird how streets can have, like, a place. Like, that's what it's called instead of a street. It's a place. Weird to me. Anyway. Maybe I'm just the weirdo. That's a very real possibility. On a more serious note, though, again, if you're just now joining us, we are tracking severe storms rolling through northern Illinois and southern Wisconsin here. Just in general, that area where I just circled in the blue is where we're watching. Also, I mean, you could just look at the yellow circle there from the Storm Prediction Center. Surprisingly, they haven't even discussed issuing a watch for this area. Like, let alone actually issue one. They haven't even discussed it at the Storm Prediction Center. Which I think is interesting, because we have multiple ongoing severe thunderstorms. Some of them are even getting close to tornadic. The SPC has a slight risk, so it's like, why are they not even considering issuing a watch for this area? I do have an update on our Arklatex watch. Strong to occasionally severe winds, gusts likely will persist, with slowly organizing cluster storms overspreading much of central Arkansas through 5 to 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time. And they are also talking about issuing a watch for portions of Texas, parts of the Texas Panhandle, far western Oklahoma, and then far northwestern Texas, and then, again, the eastern portion of the Texas Panhandle. Isolated to widely scattered supercell development possible by 5 to 6 p.m. Central Daylight Time. If we take a look at their over there right now, we're not seeing much. But, again, they are expecting development to come a little bit later. In about half an hour, we'll start to probably see some stuff pop up. We have a little rain shower out here in the far northeast corner of the Texas Panhandle. Kind of connected to this group of storms out here in far northwestern Oklahoma. But it's not really doing anything right now. So our severe thunderstorm warning, by the way, has been removed for the Milwaukee-Sullivan area. So now We are just watching our warnings in southwest Wisconsin and then northwestern Illinois. Again, areas like Guilford, Galena, Warren, Mineral Point. You guys need to be indoors right now. Very strong storms out here, once again. Again, these are severe storms. I think the warning for the Mineral Point area will be removed, or at least allowed to expire over the next several minutes, because the storms have moved out of that area, and they haven't even issued any sort of warning ahead of it. So not only have the storms moved out of the warning box, but also they're just not as intense anymore anyway. Last time they updated it was 25 minutes ago. So if that one gets removed, then we will literally just be left with one severe thunderstorm warning in the entire country. It would be the one for the Guilford, Illinois area. So again, Council Hill, Scales Mound, Apple River, Warren, Guilford, and Galena. Make sure that you are indoors right now if you are in any of those areas that I did just mention. So, again, damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour are a real possibility with this storm here. Same thing goes for our storm near Mineral Point. But again, at this point, no pun intended once again, but at this point, I think that storm's pretty much done, and it's moved out of the warning polygon anyway. It's nowhere near Mineral Point anymore, really. I mean, it's near it, but it's not in it like it was. So, again, that's what we're dealing with right now. For anybody just now tuning in, we are tracking severe storms rolling through northwestern Illinois and southwestern Wisconsin. We've also got a cluster of strong storms down here in parts of Arkansas, Oklahoma, and Texas, moving towards Louisiana over the next couple of hours. Very large bow echo line of storms here. It has not gotten any smaller since our last stream, that's for sure. If anything, it's just gotten bigger. They did end up issuing a severe warning for the Fort Smith area after I ended stream, whenever I was like, why have they not issued it? So that's good. They are getting the message out to people that need it, obviously. We do have a couple of pretty strong storms out here, it actually looks like, in east central Missouri near Fulton. Kind of materialized over the past, I don't know, it's actually kind of been out there for a while. It's not just now materializing over the past several scans. Actually, that was our cluster of storms that was originally near Springfield, which was there during our last live. And they are still just chugging along near Columbia, Fulton, Oxfass, Wellsville, Montgomery City, Mexico, Hallsville, Centralia, Benton City. All you guys are in the vicinity of these storms here. So our severe warning in Wisconsin expires in 4 minutes here. Again, they may even just remove it before it expires, but they'll probably just let it expire since there's only 4 minutes left on it. So at this point, we're just watching our storm down here in Illinois, near Galena, Council Hill, Guilford, Scales Mound, Apple River, and Warren. Again, this is in the northwest corner of the state here. Again, we do have storm chasers Brandon Kopic and Vince Welty on our Wisconsin storms here. And our Brooklyn, Wisconsin cyclone report's actually about to probably get clipped by this next storm here, moving towards Evansville. It's just barely going to get clipped by this thing, probably, by the tail of it, if I had to guess. Either that or it's just going to barely miss it. So, again, I do think that the severe threat in southern Wisconsin and northern Illinois is going to be kind of steady over the next few hours. I think we're going to continue to see strong to severe storms across this area. And then again, I think over the next couple of hours, our cluster of storms out here in Texas and Oklahoma should materialize. And then again, over the next few hours, we're still going to see our Arklatex storms chugging along. 50-mile-per-hour winds and half-inch hail now on this new special weather statement. That's going to be in effect for over an hour. Everywhere from Mineola, Texas, back up to Bluff City, Arkansas is included in that new special weather statement. That is a huge warning polygon, and it's going to be in effect for a long time as well. Jeez Louise. Oh my gosh. So this special weather statement includes portions of Cass County, Texas, Bowie County, Texas, Miller County, Arkansas, Little River County, Arkansas, Lafayette County, Arkansas, Hempstead County, Arkansas, Morris County, Texas, Marion County, Texas, Titus County, Texas, Columbia County, Arkansas, Camp County, Texas, Red River County, Texas, Harrison County, Texas, Nevada County, Arkansas, Franklin County, Texas, Bossier County, Louisiana, Caddo County, Louisiana, and Usher County, Texas. That is like the most counties I've ever seen in one special weather statement. Almost. I don't know, they usually get pretty big ones out in the mid-Atlantic because the counties are so small. But anyway, we'd have a stronger storm, it looks like, near central Montana right now, near Harlowtown. And really, it's just showers and a few storms, producing winds of 50 to 55 miles per hour in spots. So if you're in between Interstate 90 and Highway 12 in this area, you are included in that special weather statement, so make sure that you are getting indoors, as some gusty to even damaging winds are going to be out there. The rain's not the threat, alright? You're going to get some sprinkles probably if you're out here, but at most you're getting moderate rainfall for a few minutes and then it's done. But the winds are the main threat with that system there. And now our severe thunderstorm warning in Wisconsin has been allowed to expire, and they have not reissued it. So we're only watching our storm near Galena at this point. I keep going back and forth. Is it Galena or, like, Jelena? Does anybody know? If anybody knows, please let me know down below. And there we go. They've just issued a severe thunderstorm watch. We have a severe thunderstorm watch now for parts of Texas and Oklahoma here. A couple tornadoes possible. Scattered hail up to apple size likely. Scattered gusts up to 70 miles per hour likely. Almost 300,000 people are included in that severe thunderstorm watch. That includes areas like Wichita Falls. We've got Altus, Frederick, all the way up towards Perryton, Canadian, Pampa, Childress, Vernon, Magnum, Elk City. So it's a pretty rural area, but those are some pretty big threats. I mean, scattered hail up to apple size likely is obviously pretty concerning whenever they use wording like that in their watches and stuff. But anyway. Looks like we lost our Brooklyn cam here. Yep, our Brooklyn, Wisconsin cam's knocked out for some reason. It's just not up. Sometimes that glitch happens where the camera's not working, but all the other stats are. It may have actually just gotten knocked out, though, because obviously whenever we got severe storms rolling through, there's not going to be the best connection out here. But, yeah. So our storm out here near Galena, it is continuing to chug along, producing damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour as it approaches areas like Scales Mound, Guilford, Apple River, and Warren in far northwestern Illinois. Alright, yeah, so Perry County, if you're in Perryville at this point, it's just going to be some moderate rainfall, maybe a little bit of wind at times, some lightning still. The worst of it has passed, though. It's past you. Seriously, though, I mean, just look at how big this bow echo is. This might be the biggest bow echo I've ever seen. Goes through Texas, Arkansas, all the way up to Missouri, dude. That is a huge bow echo line of storms there. And it's only getting bigger. There's our severe thunderstorm watch that just popped up. So, Again, high and severe thunderstorm watch just issued for parts of Oklahoma and Texas. The tornado threat with this is low. The strong tornado threat with this is low. The wind threat with this is moderate. The damaging wind threat with this is moderate. The destructive wind threat with this is low. The large hail threat with this is moderate, and the very large hail threat with this is moderate. Overall, we have an over 95% chance to see severe thunderstorms somewhere in this watch area, so it's going to happen. It's basically guaranteed. They just don't have a tag where they'll put 100%, obviously, because technically nothing's ever guaranteed in the weather industry. Nothing's really guaranteed at all to happen, I guess. Alright. So, again, right now, we're watching some storms chug along in eastern Iowa, southern Wisconsin, and northern Illinois. The main one being the one near Galena, approaching Guilford. I can finally stop having to say that name now that the storm is passing there. It's approaching areas like Guilford, Scales Mound, Millville Town Site, Apple River, and Warren. Again, along the Illinois-Wisconsin state line and the northwest corner of Illinois. Check up on some of our Missouri storms here. I mean, these are going to pack a punch, guys. Near Holesville, Mexico, Oxvase. These are definitely going to pack, at the very least, some heavy rainfall, some gusty winds, and some small hail. Quite a bit of lightning as well. I can almost guarantee you that much. Again, lightning and heavy rain are going to be the main threats, but some gusty winds and small hail. Wouldn't be shocked if those were to occur somewhere in there. But again, our most concerning storm right now in the entire country is near Guilford, Illinois. So if you're in Guilford, make sure that you are moving indoors immediately. This is going to dump a ton of heavy rain in this area. And Guilford's already gotten hit today by some storms, so we could see some isolated flooding even occur in this area. I guess Guilford hasn't gotten hit. It's managed to dodge all the storms, huh? Looks like all the storms stayed off to the northwest of Guilford, but then they eventually got closer and closer until they finally ended up hitting it. So Guilford, we shouldn't see any flooding problems since it's just that one storm, because a lot of times what happens is it's the continuous flooding, the continuous rain that leads to flooding in areas that get hit by storms. Usually it requires multiple cells to produce flash flooding, most of the time. Not all the time, but most of the time. Again, it's a little hard to look at our storm here in northwest Illinois. We are in a little bit of a radar pickle here. We got the Davenport radar, the Milwaukee-Sullivan radar, the La Crosse radar, and the Chicago radar, but none of them are really close enough to get a good signal. If we looked at the Chicago radar, well, the Joliet radar, we'd be looking, tens of thousands of feet into the atmosphere. The southeast Wisconsin one's even a little bit too far away to get a good signal. Same thing with the La Crosse one, it's way too far away. The only one that's decent is the Davenport one, but even that, we still are, a good probably 100 miles away from it. Well, not 100, but we're about 60 miles away from it with this storm here. Hello, Apache. We do have a pretty large flash flood warning that did just get issued as of 6 minutes ago. This is public reported flash flooding because we are getting 1 to 2 inches of rainfall per hour in the eastern portion of the DFW Metroplex. Areas like Sulphur Springs and Greenville are under a flash flood warning. Stay alive, don't drive, turn around, don't drown. When encountering flooded roads, most flood deaths occur in vehicles. A lot of people don't realize that the road ahead of them is completely flooded out, so it's best just to not drive at all. And we do actually have a new severe thunderstorm warning That's all the way down on the Arkansas-Texas border here for our MCS here. And it does include Texarkana. So Texarkana, Hope, Prescott, Magnolia, you are now officially in a severe thunderstorm warning. So if you're in that area, make sure that you are moving indoors immediately. It's for the threat of 60-mile-per-hour damaging wind gusts and nickel-sized hail. Or up to nickel-sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds, I guess I should say. I thought we had a blip to track here, but it's just contamination. I will say, we did get a pretty clear blip for a little bit here. That only stayed on for a little bit. It kind of lasted from 4:20 to 4:49. It was there for almost half an hour, but it was just a little rain shower. But whenever we see little blips in this area, we gotta watch them like this, dude. We were watching this earlier, and it was a rain shower, man. Look at this. 25 minutes ago, this was nothing, and now we have a pretty intense storm here, producing some large hail and damaging winds near Huntoon and Booker in the far northeast corner of the Texas Panhandle here, northeast of Perryton, near Huntoon and Booker. Once again, along Highway 15, they're approaching Highway 23. That just rapidly intensified, dude. That popped off. So, again, this is a blip watch, and this is our first blip to do its thing here, it looks like. Our severe thunderstorm warning in Illinois, by the way, expires in 6 minutes, and I don't think they're going to reissue it, as that storm looks way less intense than whenever the warning actually got issued. We can see whenever the warning got issued, I mean, there was some hail in there. It was quite a bit bigger of a cell as well. Now it's kind of becoming a little bit smaller and a little bit less intense as well. Let's see if our cam will work here again. Yep, Brooklyn's cam is working again. Yeah, the Brooklyn cam just barely got skimmed by this little storm here. Just barely clipped our cam. It's looking like we're getting some moderate rainfall out there right now, at best. But we'll bring it up here. So again, here's where our storms are that we are watching right now across parts of the Midwest. This general area should be on the lookout for some storms. In particular, areas like Rockford, Madison, Milwaukee, Oshkosh. You guys are the main spots that we're watching here. Mainly across southern Wisconsin, and then just barely clips northern Illinois here. I mean, it's just barely clipping. I mean, if this was 5 miles more to the north, this would be fully in Wisconsin, I think. Yeah, just about. So again, Guilford, I mean, you're just barely getting clipped by this storm, actually. It's just barely raining there. Probably a little bit of moderate rainfall. This cell just barely clips you. So you're going to get a few minutes of moderate to heavy rainfall, and then it's going to be over. It's going to get over with very quickly. Most of it's staying off to the north of Guilford. towards areas like Council Hill and Scales Mound. And then eventually Apple River, Millville, Townsite, and Warren are going to be the main areas that we're watching for this storm to impact. Got a little cell out ahead of this near Nora that's already producing some gusty winds and some small hail out here maybe. So, again, our Bow Echo line of storms here, man. Missouri to Texas. Look at that. Just racing through Arkansas right now. And it started developing all the way back in, like, western Oklahoma. Out here, towards Lawton. Then really got its act together near Oklahoma City, and then started getting special weather statements in severe thunderstorm warnings once it reached eastern Oklahoma, like off to the west of Fort Smith. Areas like Muskogee, Stigler, Tahlequah, however you pronounce that. That's where it really was getting going, and now it has not stopped since. If anything, it's still getting larger. I think it's probably at its peak right now, though. I think it's not going to be able to survive like that intense for much longer. Sorry, I've been silent for like 10 minutes. I just realized that. Kind of forgot I was live. I was looking at something. Our severe thunderstorm warning in Illinois has expired. And at this point, there's no storms that are really impressing me. So we're going to end off the stream here. We do have a little special weather statement now for a storm up here in the Texas Panhandle. But at this point, nothing too impressive to me, so we're going to end off the stream here. We'll come back later this evening to cover severe weather in the Arklatex area. Originally, I wasn't even planning on doing this stream until I saw how many storms were impacting southern Wisconsin, but we're going to end it off here, so thank you all for tuning in. Again, sorry I was boring for like the last 5 minutes of the stream. I was just looking at something, but yeah.